This is the MTPredictor weekly update for September 11th. September 11th, the anniversary of the Twin Towers being taken down. Our thoughts and prayers every time this year are out to those families and the victims and the families. At this time, I remember being a broker at Charles Schwab, coming into work, and Schwab on all the floors had multiple monitors, of course tuned to CNBC, and I watched with my colleagues as the second plane went into Tower 2. And one of the things out of that I realized is not to expect to derive or not to derive all my income from the markets, because as you know, after September 11th, that the markets were closed here in the U.S. And I know a lot of traders that weren't able to make money during that time, and so I realized, don't put your eggs all in one basket, because exchanges, markets can close, and later, learned to go overseas to like the German DAX and learn to trade that, which was open. So anyway. Just some thoughts there. Let's get into the analysis. Let me go and start with the Dow on the daily chart here, because as you remember, we had our TS3 short signal there at 11,460 for all intents and purposes, and you can see that we got a couple of good days of selling, and then buying kicked in late on the 6th, and market rallied. Again, we would have our stop, or if you were trading this, or if you're in this, recommendation is to stop is at break even now once this 100% initial risk line was hit. So they came close, but then rolled over again on the 8th. We got a red sellers bar telling us the sellers are now overcoming the buyers once again, and rolled over. You can see here futures have opened lower this evening, Sunday, and off their lows for the session, but we did take out the low from Friday. Alright, I put this decision point support, this is off this B swing here, because this will be some support and the market will need to make a decision here. This is around that 10,585 90 area, just below, well, 10,600, let's call it, because that's a round number support in this case. So we're trading around 10,861 here. So another couple hundred points or so, we'll hit that decision point resistance if we come down there. Your wave 5 target, again, as I said last week, sitting right, if I can get this on here, right around that 10,380 area. 10,400 would be the big round number just above that. Okay, and then the final target, at least for the TS3 here, okay, is 10,265. Okay, that's from this ABC pattern here. This is the target. But we've got a lot of support that will come in before we can get to that target, and that target would mean we take out the lows from the wave 3 down here. Alright, so we're going to continue to watch that. The STF here, obviously the bigger trend is still short. We don't have any strength in the STF like we did back here on the wave 3, telling us there'd be more downside ahead. But we'll see if we do begin to hit these targets down here as the week progresses. Same thing on the S&P. Again, the weekly S&P, we had our DP wave 5 up here, sell signal. We got a correction back here into wave 2, down into wave 3. We've corrected back here into wave 4. We could get an ABC correction back in the wave 4 area before we head for potential wave 5 as well. Or, this could be it. This nice reversal candle here, red seller's bar. Again, could be the beginning of the end as far as wave 4 now into wave 5. So we shall see. Goldman. All right, Goldman did took out this wave 3 low, never quite made it back into the wave 4 resistance. So the STF was strong back here, and we thought that this thing would roll over, and it has again. On to new lows. We're down to, on Friday, 102.25. 100 will be your natural kind of support area in Goldman. Take a DP off the swing here. So this 100 area is where your DP support is. And if they take this DP out, I've got another DP back here, kind of in between the DP off the wave 3 and this wave 5 target down here. But so we've got a lot of support coming in down here. But if we do break 100, then we could see that 96 area, and then down to 90 would be the wave 5 target. Of course, that would lead the markets lower as well. We'll check the BKX, the banking index. The BKX did not take out. You see we had this little minor wave 5 pattern down here. Did not take out its lows. So we'll keep an eye on that because it's a little bit of a divergence from what we're seeing in Goldman. And you can see the next support levels here. If we take out these lows, you've got a DP support around 31.12, 31.15 area. Let's take a look at gold. So gold went wave 3 up here. Here's your wave 4 support. We could see this area again. The STF, although still long, has come off the strength band. We've got a high volume spike in here, so we'll see which way this goes. You see here's wave 5. We also have a decision point resistance area. Wave 5, we came close to getting into that wave 5. It's around 1934 in gold. Your decision point resistance sits around 1943. We closed Friday anyway at 1861. So here's one that could go either way. If we get up into here, then we could look for a potential correction back to the wave 4 DP. That would probably put us under the 50-day and above the 200-day, and that may be a good longer-term buying opportunity if we do get down there. So we'll watch that. Silver still really kind of floundering. You know, we had this decision point, a sell signal back here was against a long STF. So it's not our standard trade setup, but it is a point of note here. You see where the next support target is around 36.10 in silver. And if they take that out, you see the bigger target down here, the DP, and the wave 3 down, as this is still stuck in this wave 2 or B area. We had a major 5-wave pattern up back here, so we can look at this as wave 2, and wave 3 down. Well, it's around $20, 80 cents, $21 silver. If they take out this wave 2, then we're going to test that $50 all-time high. So you can see this really making a decision here. I drew this little trend line here, or neckline, if you will. We got a little head and shoulders pattern forming in this area. So if we get a close below this neckline and that gets taken out, then we should see this target. If this gets taken out, we get a close below the decision point support area, and that low gets traded below at some point, then we may see the bigger target down here. So it's just a progression. We'll see how things go here. We did get let's just see what happened with oil. We did get another sell signal, but the previous signal, again, we came down, hit that 100% initial risk line, so stops were moved up to 88.20. That got taken out for a break-even trade. Now we got a new signal on the close of the 7th. put that analysis on here. The red seller's bar, again, the trend is still red, or the bigger trend is still down. That was a short at 88.58 and hit the 100% initial risk line that same day. And now stops can be moved to 88.58 from the original position at 90.49. Again, a risk-free trade there. The target, you can see, about a little better than 7 to 1, around 74.60. Okay, so we'll see how this plays out. To the other side here, I'm going to look at wave 3 up here. So the typical wave 3 target to the upside here in oil would put us around 99, right around 99, we'll call it. So we do have a short signal. Again, I put the analysis on there. At the 100% initial risk line, stops to 88.58. We'll see if it gets to the target. Take a little DP off this B swing as well. See where this support is, just around 78. So you're going to have some support at 78, which will be a nice target anyway. Won't be the 7 to 1 target, but that give you almost 6 to 1. So not a bad trade either way. So just be aware of that support area there. So in a risk-free trade, if this gets taken out, we're probably going to go wave 3 up to around 99 bucks. So you could actually play a continuation type trade if they take out the wave C resistance, if there's enough risk-reward in there. And then finally, let's just take a look at the US dollar, because it has been getting some movement. We've been anticipating that this US dollar would move and attempt to break out of this one way or the other. Now, you see we did come up. We rallied in the US dollar into the DP resistance area. If this gets taken out, if we can get a close above this DP area and then trade above the high of that, then we'll probably see, I pointed out this typical wave 3. This was a target I had from way back. If you go back into the videos weeks and weeks ago, when we came into this major support and we rallied here and came into this wave 2, I projected the wave 3 up, and we just kind of went sideways there. So we closed at 77.19, but the wave 3 up here would put us around 79.13. And so we'll see if they can work their way out, or if this kind of gets slapped back. We could get a correction here because we are at resistance. But ultimately, we'll see if we get back in that area. The STF is strong, showing some strength, so that's telling us there may be more upside ahead here. Doesn't mean that we won't get a pullback, but ultimately, I think we might look for that area if this STF can remain strong here. Alright, so we'll wrap it up and leave it there. I wish you all a good week, and we'll see you back next week and see what's going on with these markets.